Hi, Massy here, coach, author of 4 or 5 books, strategist, and looking somewhat similar to that picture there. And I'm going to be talking about beliefs, which is one of my favorite subjects. My last book, The Successful Mind, talks all about beliefs. The workshops I do are all about beliefs. When I work with my clients, I'm trying to understand what's the internal dialogue. What are the stories? What are the thoughts? What are the beliefs that are playing behind the scenes? And I wanted to share with you, look, I've been doing this work for about 20 years on myself, peeling back the layers. So I want to share with you, the last few weeks I was feeling a little bit off. And it wasn't until I had a deeper conversation with a colleague of mine that I've known for numerous decades that I started to uncover what might be going on inside the grey matter of my head. It was truly interesting. It was this idea about success, and as I sort of come into 2020, new decade coming, wanting to level things up and playing life in a different way, and I'm sort of, yes, more success. But I had this story playing behind the scenes that said more success equals more disruption, equals more complexity, equals more confusion. And that sort of led me to the follow-on, like that sort of knocked on to that sort of had me thinking, and that will make me feel less peace. Now for me, having peace and experiencing peace is one of my primary goals in life. How can I experience more peace in my life? So if I have this, loop recording, this story, this belief, this repetitive thought playing in my mind, which essentially says more success equals no peace. Do you think there's a part of me that is like sabotaging any success? Like there's this disruption in my mind. It's like my brain isn't coherent. Something's pulling one way and something's pulling the other way, and that is inefficient. So I'm obviously going to feel uncomfortable. Something is not coherent internally for me, internally in my brain, and therefore within my body, I'm not feeling coherence. I'm not feeling harmony. So doing the work, I look at that and I acknowledge that this is just a story. It's not true. There's lots of different ways to look at it. So I go a little bit deeper and I ask myself, what's a deeper truth, and a truth that starts with a capital T? And this is what I came up with. It was when I went deeper on this particular thing, I realized that doing my life's work, doing the thing that feels like the right thing for me, that feels like it's on purpose or on my path, and this path with heart, or as the yogis might say, like my dharmic path, I realize that if I'm doing my life's work, I actually have this deep sense of peace, this deep sense of fulfillment, this deep sense of meaningfulness. And each of those give me this sense of thing which I call peace. So my new belief that I wanted to work with, and I call it an empowered belief, because it makes me feel good. It makes me feel that when I'm doing my life's work, even if it's complex, even if there's challenges along the way, even if it's uncomfortable, I know it's going to give me this deeper sense of peace, and that is what I most desire. Because I'm then on this bigger mission, and I'm connected to something that's much bigger than myself. So I just wanted to give a practical example from me who does a lot of this work with clients, but I also do this work on myself and acknowledge that we're always peeling back the layers. In my experience, wherever we find discomfort in our life, entangled up in amongst that is some limiting belief, some limiting story, some limiting habitual thinking or thoughts that are happening there. Now, if I can finish up, if you're cool with it, I'm going to do some shameless promotion of my Life Masterclass that I've got coming up. I've got one coming up in Melbourne, 6th to 8th of March, another one in Bali in July. But this is where I go, and just one part of this workshop is about going deeper on beliefs, actually processing your core limiting belief. We take you into an altered state of consciousness so we can start rewiring and reprogramming and firing off neural pathways in new ways that are actually supportive of you. So if that sounds like something interesting for you, a chance to step back, get to know yourself and get to know what's playing just outside of your periphery vision, it's the right place for it. There's going to be some awesome people there going through the same process yourself as you would be going through. So if you've got any questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out, ask more about it. I look forward to seeing anyone at the Life Masterclass in Melbourne in March, coming up soon. See you there. Have a fantastic day, wherever you are on this beautiful, gorgeous, incredible planet of ours. All the very best and take care.